Donald Trump has promised to change quite a few things. He plans to slash government spending to help the U.S. economy. Meanwhile, Elon Musk, chosen to lead Doge, along with Vivek Ramaswamy, that ambitious project, says that America's trillion-dollar frontline fighter jet, the F-35, is now obsolete.
Elon Musk is firing shots at the Pentagon's crown jewel, the F-35 fighter jet. He calls it obsolete, a relic, a waste of taxpayer money. The F-35, built by defense giant Lockheed Martin, is history's most expensive weapons program. Costs have skyrocketed by 80%. It's over a decade behind schedule. Critical defects remain unresolved, yet the US government pours $12 billion a year into the program.
Generations in his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space.
Musk, now at the helm of Trump's Advisory Commission for Government Reform, isn't holding back. He wants to slash spending and eliminate inefficiencies. Along with Vivek Ramaswamy, they are working on Trump's vision of a leaner, more efficient government. They aim to cut $2 trillion from federal spending. The F-35 is squarely in their crosshairs. Drones are Musk's answer. Cheaper, smarter, deadlier. These unmanned aerial vehicles don't risk human lives. They swarm enemy targets. They redefine military strategy. And Musk insists drones, not outdated fighter jets, are the future of warfare. The F-35 Lightning II, Lockheed Martin's flagship fighter jet, stands at critical crossroads. Defenders of the F-35 program counter that the aircraft's role extends far beyond traditional fighter capabilities. As a force multiplier, its advanced sensor suite and networking capabilities enhance the effectiveness of entire military operations across air, land, sea, and space domains. International interest in the F-35 remains strong, with Germany's $8 billion commitment for 40 aircraft and Canada's request for 88 planes, highlighting the jet's continued appeal to Western allies. Greece, the Czech Republic, and Singapore have also joined the growing list of potential customers, following substantial orders from Finland and Switzerland. Musk's warnings carry weight. The war in Ukraine has shown the dominance of drones in modern combat. Precision, cost efficiency, and adaptability now define military power. By these measures, the F-35 falls short. Is the US military clinging to an overpriced legacy system? With Trump's mandate to cut costs, the Pentagon may face its toughest reckoning yet. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
Joining us live on this broadcast is retired U.S. Colonel Rich Outson, Senior Fellow at the Atlantic Council and the Jamestown Foundation from Washington, D.C. Rich, welcome back to WION. What do you make of Elon Musk's statement that the F-35 fighter jets are obsolete?
Well, it's good to be with you. Obsolete's not the word I would use, but he's definitely onto something here. The $12 billion per year acquisition cost is actually kind of understating the scope of the problem. The maintenance of these very sophisticated aircraft is what really costs a lot of money. There's 630 in the U.S. inventory, and that's going up. The cost annually to maintain and fix and operate all of those is over $1 trillion. And not only that, it's gone from about $1 trillion in 2018 to almost $1.5 trillion. And if you look at getting more and more aircraft, the cost of those are going to start eating up a bigger and bigger piece of the DoD budget. Now, when someone says obsolete, I'm like, does that mean it no longer is fit for purpose? The F-35 is still the most sophisticated aircraft, combat aircraft in the world. It can do a number of different things. There's no other aircraft that is as smart, as fast, as lethal. But at the end of the day, if it's too expensive to operate, it's not obsolescence that's the problem, it's cost effectiveness. And I think that Musk is not the first one to point out that the F-35 has serious problems in that regard.
And do you think the Pentagon and the arms industry should be concerned with Donald Trump taking charge? And can we expect any major changes?
Well, certainly there's going to have to be a shift of philosophy in terms of defense acquisition and in terms of how defense industry is trying to work its magic in Washington. The F-35, for instance, one of the reasons it's so expensive is that it was designed to have production in as many states as possible. And if it's not being built, parts of it in all 50 states, it's close to all 50. This ensures congressional support and money and jobs in the different areas. So it's a jobs program and a congressional project as well as a defense item. That said, look, guys like T.X. Hemis, one of the frontline cutting-edge thinkers about defense technology, has long said that the United States needs to recognize modern warfare is not about a few exquisite systems. It's about the cheap and the many and the available. That's where warfare is going. So I think it was the Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force a few years ago said this is so expensive, the F-35, that it's a kind of a drive only on Sundays type of aircraft. And I think what you'll see is the F-35, we'll stick with it, but ultimately the Pentagon's going to have to lower its acquisition plans for how many of these are and what roles it's going to be used for. And absolutely, the unmanned aircraft have to become a much bigger part of the force structure and thinking for the Air Force as well as the military in general.
Very interesting. Rich, thank you so much for all of that and helping us make sense of all of this as usual. It was a pleasure talking to you. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.